Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Magic the Gathering Arena, we have the start of the historic Brawl Fest. And then when I was first starting the game and I was getting used to all of the game modes, one of the first things that I noticed was missing was historic Brawl, and I was very interested in trying that. It's finally here, and I've had my eye on a few cards, so let's look at all of the commanders, and then let's use a couple of wild cards, maybe some mythic rares as well. And then I can talk about like things that I've seen lately. Alright, that should be it. We'll go for multicolor only. But this was the first mythic rare wild card I ever used, and I've been loving this guy. I could definitely use this for my black-red decks. I usually use it turn 2, but sometimes I get to play the Tybalt side as well. I just enjoy using the opponent's deck against them for some reason. Alright, what else is interesting? Oh, I played against this the other day. That was annoying. This thing can like blink out everything, and then they can come back. And then if they have like, leaves the battlefield or enters the battlefield, they can re-trigger all of those abilities. So that's pretty annoying. I have this one. This would be very situational against certain decks, but might be interesting. Black-white is maybe something I'd want to investigate. Black is my favorite color, and then kind of like white being the opposite is really interesting. This one I keep thinking I should get, just because I could use it in the black-red sacrifice deck. And then Soren I've always liked, but again I have to think about black-white. Really like this artwork. This is my favorite artwork of him. I don't know if the card is that good though, however. Let's see. Alright, let's use the first mythic rare wild card. I really like Ashiok, and then he is my avatar. And then I didn't like any of the artwork for all of the planeswalkers until I saw this alternative artwork in the shop. So I picked that up. And yeah, let's get the card for that. And then this will allow me to use a blue-black deck for Brawl. I could do that now, of course, with Xanathar, but yeah, I did want an Ashiok card, so... Let's see, where were we? Ooh, it's all mixed up. Okay, so there's my new card. Where were we? Okay, here we are. I just played against this one. This was kind of strong. Putting coins on characters and then taking control of the character when they die. That's kind of similar to the types of decks that I like to play. But again, black-white, so I'd have to think about that. Yeah, here's another Ashiok card, but I just don't like this artwork. And then here's Xanathar. Again, I didn't really have to get the Ashiok card in order to make a blue-black Brawl deck. But, I could stick them in the deck, use either one as the commander. I'm loving this card. A lot of times when I put this card out, the other guy will just quit, because they know it's coming. Ah, I talked about this in a previous video, but I love this guy, and this would be worth making a deck around as well. Yeah, but lots of fun. And I like him for commander, for Brawl, because if he dies, he can go back into your hand. So you don't need to put him like back in the command area or whatever, and then raise his casting cost. You can keep the casting cost down. Alright, and then I've been using this one currently for my black-red sacrifice deck. She's not amazing, but she allows the deck to happen, and cheap to get out, and then, yeah, some nice effects. But the second Mythic Rare wildcard I want to use is for this guy. This will be a Planeswalker, and I think along with Ashiok, he'll be my first multicolor Planeswalker, so let's get this guy. And then his -3 skills, perfect with my black-red sacrifice deck, because I have a lot of red spells where I can get control of an enemy unit, and then use it to attack, and then sacrifice it, so this will be just perfect. Let's craft that. And then both of these are historic cards, so I haven't been able to use them in Brawl up to now. But now I will be able to use them, so that's super awesome. I'll probably take what is it? Scourge Diva out, and then put in Angrath as my commander. Alright, and I was very lucky to get this in the draft the other day. I haven't really looked into -1/-1 counters for black and red yet, but that might be a cool deck. And then him too, if he dies, he'll go back into the graveyard and then into my hand, so it might be good for Brawl. This guy I keep hearing is good, and I should just get him because he's only a rare. I have some rare wildcards, but I'll think about it. I don't know, he just doesn't appeal to me somehow. Okay, black and green, not super interested in that. Red and white, not interested in this either. Although I love this guy. I haven't really thought about building a Brawl deck around him, however. I just like to put him in my my dragon decks. He was another one that I used the Mythic Rare wildcard and just been loving him. Oh, I pulled 2 of this guy, and I can't stand this guy because I'm playing on the iPad, so the artwork is kind of blurry. But even if it were clear, I don't know if I could even tell what's going on, just because the guy is so small in the picture. Blue and green, not interested. Okay, here we are in the 3 colors or more area, and I am very interested in getting a version of Nicol Bolas, because blue, black, red, these are the 3 colors that I like playing with most. But there are 3 versions of him, and I don't know which one I want. If you have a recommendation to base a Brawl deck around, please leave that in the comments. I like all 3. I like all 3. And then he could lead my dragon deck. I wouldn't be able to use my white dragons, which would be too bad, but that is an idea. Let's see. I played against this guy, but unfortunately he just quit right away, so I didn't get to see what this was capable of. But yeah, lots of lands, lots of stuff to do with creatures. It's interesting. And I also played against this one. This was a really interesting deck, an elemental deck. Buffing each other and that kind of thing. Playing against him, I took control of one of his elementals with my red spell, and then he quit. What else? Oh, I also played against this. This is a fascinating idea. A colorless deck, I guess. Just use artifacts or colorless spells. But him too, he quit right away, so that was unfortunate. But now I am very intrigued. Alright. But if I wanted to just, you know, throw subtlety out of the window and then play all of my dragons, I could definitely use a wild card for this guy. I keep getting closer and closer to using a wild card on this guy, but I actually don't think the card itself is very good. But yeah, to enable a dragon Brawl deck might be interesting. I won't do it today. Okay. So, that was a few thoughts on Brawl and then getting a couple of new commanders. And please let me know what you think about Nicole Bolas. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.